how y'all doing? It is not real. The 6G frequency. And so what I wanted to talk about in this right now moment is the idea of being triggered, right? And in life, we can be triggered by very many things. We can be triggered by other people. We can be triggered by emotional events happening. You know what I mean? We can be triggered just by watching something on TV. And so what it means to be triggered is something taking place outside of ourselves, right? Externally. Some type of external stimulation, manipulation, and it kind of flicks a button in us, right? And it turns on this flood of emotions from us. And those emotions can be positive emotions. It can be negative emotions, right? We become this emotional vending machine, right? We just start to pour out emotional energy. And I know very many of you have heard the saying lately that energy itself is currency. So anytime someone is looking to siphon energy from us, all they gotta do is trigger us. So my question to you is, do you even know what your triggers are? Because it's important for you to know what your triggers are so that you can control the energy that flows from you. Because that's a choice. Even if somebody is manipulating you from outside of yourself by something they say or by something that they do, or if there's an event that takes place, you are the one who's in control of how you react. You can react in anger, or you can choose to kind of sit back and reflect and think and refocus your energy if it wants to come out as anger, and choose to emit that energy in a more positive way that is first and foremost beneficial to you to kind of recharge and resurge your energy, so you're not just giving and left depleted, but you make sure that whatever comes from you is coming from your overflow. Whatever comes from you is a controlled flow of energy, and nobody can just press a button, you know, like I said, like a vending machine, and decide how much energy they finna get. Because a lot of times when a person know your triggers, and people will study you and know your triggers. People in your lives, boyfriend, girlfriend, could be your mama, your daddy, could be your kids. But trust and believe the powers that be too. When you look at these television shows, when you look at the different facets of life around us, the powers that be that have ultimately set up society and how we engage in different societal standards, whether it be work, whether it be entertainment, whether it be schooling, trust and believe they've learned the trigger points of humanity, and they know how to pull different types of emotional energy from us based on the environments that we are programmed to gravitate towards, based on the type of programming that they present to us. You know, oh, I want to go see this movie, but a lot of this shit, y'all, a lot of this music, y'all, is designed to trigger an emotional reaction so that you can emit some form of energy. Trust and believe your energy is being used. Your energy is being siphoned unknowingly. Trust and believe it's true now. So what I'm saying is, when you know your trigger points, right? You got to know what pissed you off. You got to know what make you happy. You got to know what's a tearjerker. You got to know what's going to irritate you. So when you find yourself in certain situations, or before you even, as soon as the energy of a moment presents itself, you know, hey, this conversation ain't for me. You know, oh, I don't watch shit like that, because you know what it does to you, right? Or when you're dealing with somebody and you caught off guard and something in you was triggered. A lot of times what's triggered inside us is emotional trauma that we hold on to that weighs us down. And somebody can say or do something and push a button, And we about to pour out some emotional energy that's just been trapped inside of us, causing us all kinds of sickness and bullshit within. Because when you have trapped emotional energy, you will have physical ailments and physical sicknesses, right? Shit gonna be wrong with you on a physical level when you holding on to emotional energy. And somebody who knows about the emotional energy you hold on to, somebody who knows about the emotional trauma that you've been through, know how to push certain buttons and then sit back and let you give to them. They'll let you fill them up, and they fill up on your energy. You pissed off, you angry, you screaming, you yelling, you this, you crying, you sad, you doing all these different things. And the person who triggered you is sitting back, kind of unbothered. Or they keep doing things to make sure you stay in that rage of energy, that sadness of energy, or whatever type of energy they've triggered from you, to pull from you. But observe the energy of yourselves when you feel yourself being triggered, and kind of catch yourself. Even if you start spilling, and emotion starts spilling out, catch yourself, right? And then observe yourself first and foremost. How am I feeling right now? How am I feeling right now? Oh shit, a day done pissed me off. And it's a lot of things you can say. There are a plethora of things that can be said in an emotional moment, right? Or you can choose to be silent. There's so much power in silence. And in that silence, start working through that energy within yourself. Start thinking about how you feel. Start thinking about what you want to say. Start thinking about how you want to say it. Observe the person who triggering you. What's what they doing in the moment of trigger? Especially when you don't give them the response that they used to. When you choose to respond differently, when you take control of your choice point in life, because you are ultimately the one who has control. Take your power back. And I guarantee you that person who triggering you, who used to triggering you, gonna be fucked up when you shift the energy. Gonna be fucked up when you respond differently. So too with the world and the powers that be, and the way that our emotions are triggered on a mass scale. If humanity chooses to kind of sit back and observe the fuckery, if humanity kind of chooses to sit back and observe what's placed before them, observe how they feel about the things placed before them, and stop being so quick to engage and react and give voice to something that they themselves have not yet began to understand the true depths of what the fuck is really going on. And then choose to respond differently. Trust and believe it'll shake shit up in the world, y'all. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, know your trigger points. Love yourself enough to get to know yourself. Love yourself enough to be in a relationship with yourself so you can understand how you move in the world, so you can understand why you do what you do, how you do what you do, and how other people are using the energy that you move in to work against you and benefit them. I'm trying to tell y'all, take your power back. Stop being an emotional vending machine for those who know how to push your buttons. You know what I'm saying? You have a wonderful day.